up, beautiful people, and welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Coach Mike James of P&Z Life Coaching, and I'm back again. It's been a while. Back again with another amazing episode. I'm gonna call this a special episode, bro. A special episode of Black Business Booming because I'm excited to talk about this topic, man. And what we're gonna be talking about. Special episode because this ain't just a Black business booming. This is a movement. So I'm excited for everybody to hear it. For all of you, I'm just going to tell you, like I always do, welcome back again. Make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you go and look in the description, connect to all the amazing people that we bring on, the interviewees for Black Business Booming. So welcome back. We're going to dive right into it, man, because I'm really excited about this and I'm looking forward to knowing more information about it. I'm excited because this year I'm going to be in the house. So bro, what we'll do first, man, without further ado, man, just introduce yourself for a moment and just let everybody know your name, where you're from, any information you want people to know about you as we're getting started.
Got you. Well, first of all, thank you so much for the opportunity to come on your platform. Excited. Greatly appreciate the opportunity. Darrell Forte, from Birmingham, born and raised. I love to start with that. Birmingham native. Grew up on the west side of Birmingham, and then had the opportunity to move to Bessemer. So I'm from here through and through. Moved there when I'm probably 13 or 14. From there, went to UAB. Fellow Blazer. And just above all things, just love Birmingham and love supporting young Black men. I think a lot of people talk about their life's work and what they want to do. Some people want to be a millionaire, want to have multiple properties. I love to do all that too. But if somebody tell me at the root of things, what ultimately my passion is when I leave here, if somebody just say, hey, he saw the house burning and he didn't say walk by it, he has to try to help. That's what I want to be remembered for the most. So that's really my passion.
Man, wait a minute now. We just get started, but that was a whole sermon. Just the way you broke that down, man, and you put that fable in there. Like, you don't want to be the person just walking by the house. Oh, it's on fire. Somebody doing something. And listen, y'all, if you don't already see, that's why I tell y'all I'm excited about this. Shout out to my girl, Erica Perry, man. That just really kind of connected and told me, and like I say, last year I saw the event and shout out to Seneca, my bro, and just everything that's going on with that, man, and just amazing people. So Birmingham, man, look, first of all, go Blazers. Like you said, fellow Blazers, go Blazers, man. Birmingham is home. It's been home now for 21 years, man. So, I guess they say when you somewhere for a decade, it's home. I think they say you're no longer a transplant, you there.
Yeah.
I've been here long. At this point, I've been here almost longer than I was not. No, I have been. I've been here longer than I've been where I'm from, Phoenix City, Alabama. So I'm a Bama boy. Anyway, but yeah. So listen, man. So Darrell, thank you for so much. You said thank you for being here, man. I really do appreciate this because what we're talking about and what you're doing, I think, is an amazing thing. And like I say, with your intro and what you said, I think is amazing. So let's talk about it, man. This is where if I had my sound card there, this is where we get the we get the whole the Birmingham Black Male Summit. The Birmingham Black Male Summit. First of all, just take a moment, Darrell, just to tell the audience what that is. What is the Birmingham Black Male Summit? As if somebody was reading about it when we're long gone, and they said, what is the Birmingham Black Male Summit? Notice I said is, not was. What is the Birmingham Black Male Summit? So just take a moment and tell everyone what that is.
Oh, it's all right. Birmingham Black Male Summit, in its most purest and simplest form, is just trying to find solutions to improving the quality of life for young Black men and adult Black men as well. When you look at health disparities, you look at gun violence, you look at mass incarceration, whatever it might be, it impacts communities of color. But when you break down the root and science of it, it really impacts Black people. So when we say Birmingham Black Male Summit, it's our way to try to support the community. I feel like if we help support Black men, it in turn make them better fathers, husbands, men, leaders in general, and that will in turn help the entire community. So I just don't want it to be like an outlier. We're specifically just helping just one segment of the black community, but we're helping all by really finding a way to support men. I heard the old adage, and I can't think of what great Black leader said it, but it's easier to repair to build strong children than to repair broken men. In this sense, we're trying to build strong children, but also, even though it might be easier, we don't mind taking, the broken, the hurt, disenfranchised, whatever it might be. We don't mind taking any segment of the community and doing our best to make sure we support them. So, but in the short sense, Birmingham Black Male Summit is really just a convening of leaders, community partners, students, citizens, people who truly care about the issues that are impacting Black men. And we have topics, everything from financial literacy, business. At top of my mind, we think about the kids, conflict resolution, mentoring, respect, and even to the last topic that we do is that intergenerational conversation. This year's IT on my man, and kind of talking about to young men about different generational approaches to the journey of manhood and what that looks like from different perspectives, a 20-year-old, a 30-year-old, 50, 60-year-old, and what that looks like. So really, we just want to bring this day and really try to convene leaders and people together to find solutions, create those lock arms, and hopefully you can leave there attached or a part of an organization, a part of a mentoring group, or at least you're leaving there with the resource and tools needed to build your credit or whatever it is to get you on the best footing possible so that you can be the best person and best man you could possibly be for our community.
I love that, man. Listen, Daryl. So when the interview is posted, you're gonna get a link to the playlist and this interview, right? And I'm saying this to say that if you go back every single Black businesswoman interview that I've had now at this point, I say I don't need or care for anyone to tell me what Black people are or are not doing because I
Mm,
know what my web is doing.
that's
In
good.
other words, the connections, the people I'm connected to, like, well, Black men don't do this, or Black people, well, what if you do, the bootstraps, all this stuff. Like, don't miss me with that because let me show you 60 plus people that's making an impact and
Mm,
leading my Black business boom and impactful conversations. People
mm,
that are doing stuff, starting things, doing something big. And, one of the other questions, I already kind of know what the answer is going to be when we get to it. But just to hear you say that, man, and something that you're starting, right? Birmingham Black Male Summit, but affecting the entire community.
mm.
And what better place for it to be Birmingham, right? That's some of the write up when people see it online, it talks about that, this impact, this city with this rich history, and you're from here. So this rich history of that, what better way to do it? So again, it's like I say, I don't need people to tell me what Black people are or are not doing because I see what the Black people in my web are doing, So I love that, man. And it's just thank you for that too. And just even doing that. So when you go back to, first of all, I guess, when did you start? When did you start the Birmingham Black Male Summit? And then what inspired you to do so?
Wow, that's a great question. I think for me, I had a dream or a vision to do a conference probably about 18 or 19. And did again, you gotta realize as a college student, you don't really have that much network. And I was like, how can we do this? He's Birmingham Summit. And kind of had that idea, but got discouraged and was like, I really want to do this. But probably after COVID, I was like, it's time that we find a way to really do this. So this is our second year. We did one February of last year, February 4th. We're doing one now, February 3rd, targeting like the first week of Black History Month. And for me, what really just got us to want to try to do it is I look at what happened in the community. I think we've been averaging about 150, 130 so murders every single year. And if you look at like, the Bible or different, religions, they talk a lot about, bloodlines and lineages and things of that nature. And when you think about it, there's whole entire families that won't never have a son or a grandson or a young granddaughter because of the fact of the issues that are happening. That's one of the things. I think two is bringing resources together. I think there's 100,000 different mentoring organizations that are out there. There's 100,000 different companies and businesses together. But are we truly having conversation to kind of
Mm,
all collectively towards the ultimate goal? You
yeah.
have fun as a company, you have funding and this organization doing the work. How can y'all partner? You have this mentoring group, but you need more men to volunteer. Well, he was a whole entire organization of dedicated men that would take time to mentor the kids. We need more Black male teachers, police officers, etc. He was a group, so it's just really just building and connecting. But it's a personal thing to me. I have family members that unfortunately went down the wrong path. I seen that. I had different people. So for me, it's just a personal mission of mine to try to find a way to help support the young Black boys because we've seen it too many things happen in the community and we got to find some better solution to it. So that's really it. Shout out to Brandon Brown, somebody I've known through been college. He's about 7, 8 years older than me, who's done the work with me and partnered to be a co-collaborator with the summit. And again, we just found some solutions to do that. So I guess just personal, it's a professional, a personal passion of mine, and also just a passion to want to support the community. I dedicated my life to it. Every single job or volunteer opportunity I've had has had some kind of component or attachment to this. So again, it's my life's work, and that's what I love to do.
And this is amazing, man. So now how much, so I guess before, prior to the pandemic, right? So before this dream, I guess you said what, around 2018, 2019, which is
That's
when
what
you wanted to do it?
I wanted to do it. Probably
Okay.
around 2019.
Yeah. So 2019, pandemic happens, and just that resilience right there to come back and say, you know what you said, like, it's time. And not letting something look, the pandemic stopped a lot of people and they ain't started back, right? Whether it was businesses, different things. That's why I'm so proud of this right here, Black Business Booming, because it's so many of these young Black entrepreneurs that started in the pandemic, right? And doing this stuff and not letting anything stop them. So just even that right there is just motivation and inspiration right there. So when you think about this, whether it was in 2018 and 2019 when you wanted to do it, or I guess one of the big obstacles of the pandemic, and now coming back to last year being the first time, this is the second. When you first started, what was one of the biggest obstacles that you faced in getting started and wanting to pull this event off?
Wow. I know it's gonna sound crazy. I think it was our biggest strength or our biggest blessing, but also our biggest Achilles heel. I think it was support. It's gonna sound
Mm,
crazy, but it's support. Um, I think for me, when we first did it, we reached out to so many people and we got so many no's because, maybe people don't know us or, we don't really have the backing or the branding or the name of some of your more established organizations. So we got a lot of no's. But when we really put it out there and people saw our heart and saw how genuine we were about it, and the fact that me and Brandon spend our own money and our own funds to do the summit, like we asked for sponsorship, we didn't get nearly the amount that we wanted to do this year. Same way, probably not gonna get nearly the amount. We're putting our own money and investing our own time into creating this summit. Like we don't get a dime out of this. Like we're adding putting our own personal funds into this. I think if people see how genuine we are, the support has been there. So I think just for me, I think last year, a little bit this year, but a little bit less this year. I think it's just really, one of the biggest things for just support. And then also to put on a full-fledged conference. We've never done it before. I got a chance to go to Black Men in Tech and a Black Men Summit. That's one in Atlanta and one in Fort Lauderdale, and kind of see how they do it. But I have never been to a exclusively, Black male summit. So everything that we did was just kind of like, let's try this idea, let's try this idea, and let's see what works and what doesn't work, and kind of going from there. So that's probably our biggest Achilles heel is the support of getting people to rally and see this is not a one-off event. This is not a get rich quick scheme. This is not us
mm-hmm.
trying to find a way to manipulate the community. This is really just us saying we're opening the doors. We don't have any affiliations. We don't have any ties. We're just trying to bring everybody in one room and collectively find some solutions and some impact. And no matter what that takes us out of us or, financially, mentally, emotionally, we're going to make it happen. And I think people have rallied behind it and seen how pure our attendance have been in that.
I love that. Yeah, like, first of all, shout out to you and Brendan, because to listen, you when you said that, and this is what I told you in the email too, Darrell. I was like, listen, I understand putting together events, but a conference and different things, and being part of them and speaking and different stuff, you just see people don't realize, even if it's a 1 hour event, they don't
Mm,
realize the planning and the blood, sweat, and tears that go into something like that. And you mentioned it right there when I said some of the challenges,
mm,
just from the nose, from the people backing out. I said that in email too. Like, listen, man, you were in the home stretch, so I just want to help in whatever way I can to get the word out about this, because that is one thing.
mm,
You, I say this often, right? Whether it's my youth clients or my coaching clients or people I'm speaking, I say, listen, just keep doing what you do. You never know when somebody's going to see it. So that's what, like, I got to get this out, man. We got to get this out, because that support and just the notoriety of the right person seeing this is what you just said, genuine
mm,
people wanting to change their community from the inside out, is huge, man. So, congratulations to y'all for, again, this being the second annual. I'm just
mm,
excited for that. So now when you think about this, probably a little bit of what you already said, but when you think about this now, there, as you approach, now you're doing it in year two. What are now some of the day-to-day challenges? Maybe the timing is great because especially now as you're in the home stretch, what are some of the day-to-day challenges that you face in seeing this event come to fruition?
I think you talked about it. I think, timing, scheduling. I think Brandon and I are in two different cities, different how it was last year. Of course, we still got family responsibilities and regular 9 to 5s and trying to balance, family and life and all those things are some of my day-to-day challenges. But I think even then, the programming, like we do the summit
Mm,
as once a year event, but we do so much programming throughout the year. Like Brandon has his, leadership one-stop organization where he does like executive coaching. I do He Talks podcast. We do He Talks He Reads, which is a literacy program. We put many libraries inside the barbershop. We're doing like manhood classes. We're partnering with the Man Project, teaching kids different trades and different skills. So I think for us, it's just the biggest, I guess, the biggest day-to-day thing that we see is the constant motivation to do it. Right. I
yeah.
the inspiration is there, the motivation to want to help support kids is there, the heart is there. But trying our best to do these things with bills and family and responsibilities and all the other things, it can become challenging. But again, when you see the impact, when you see the smiles, when you see people coming up to us and being like, "Hey, my cousin was, incarcerated. He gets out next month." I just connected with a Offenders Alumni Association, which helps brothers who just, had brothers from mass incarceration. I didn't know how to help them. I just connected with this brother. He gave me the tools and resources. When you hear those kind of stories, or single mom
Mm,
and be like, "Hey, my son 13, he ain't listening to me no more." I was able to connect with this organization. They said they're gonna start, mentoring him and providing him those tools and resources and supporting him. That's what we need to hear. That's what we want to see. So all the challenges are in the grand scheme of that. I know it sounds crazy, but it's minimum compared to the maximum outcomes that we know are going to come as a result of this. So um,
mm.
those are probably the biggest thing: programming and trying to find a way to continue to do it at a high quality level.
Yeah. Wow, man, that's mindset. Woo, come on. Change your outlook, change your outcome. That's mindset. Did you end it with that? It's so funny. My wife and I have been married 14 years, and people say, "Hey, kids." We're like, no, 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 don't wish that on us. But we talk to couples and stuff and family, got a lot of nephews and nieces, godchildren. And when you talk to a proud parent, they say, oh my God, it's this and that, and kids and blah, 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 and this and that. And at the end, they end with this, but it's all worth it,
Mm,
that love and what you feel. And so that's what it made me feel right in that moment, like a proud parent of
mm,
this thing that you're cultivating. And you, despite all of that, the challenge you said has nothing
mm.
for the bigger picture of what it's going to do. That right there, man, doors of the church are open. We can close it out right there because that was huge when you said that. I kind of felt it like that's
Mm,
so big because that's that story, right? Of and I hope everybody who's watching is getting something from even this whole conversation and the flow and just hearing your mindset and where you're at, because I always talk about perspective and outlook. So well, let me not get ahead because you about to probably say some of this anyway in a question that's coming up. So now when you think about that, right, we talk about the day-to-day challenges doing this. Now you're in year two,
mm,
scheduling, the responsibilities, right, of you being a black man that has responsibilities yourself and putting this on, being in two different cities, all of this.
mm,
You spoke to it right there at the end and kind of alley oop to this question of when you think about all of that, what
mm.
is the most satisfying part of doing this now as you see 2 years and now even if you think forecast of 5 years down the road and how big it could be, what is the most satisfying part of this Birmingham Black Male Summit for you?
I think it's the growth aspect of it. I think every single month we gain a little bit more confidence about how we can impact the community. So I think the most extremely satisfying thing is just knowing that we're laying down roots and foundations that we hope will impact families, like you said, for many generations to come. When I'm long gone and, hopefully, cashing my ticket to the next one, I hope people can look back and see the impact that, families are being, created and built out of this. Home ownership and people being able to understand financial literacy being taught of this.
Mm,
Kids that, at the wrong place at the wrong time and dealing with anger or conflict, don't know conflict resolution skills at that moment, a life maybe being able to be saved in that moment. Those are the things that are most satisfying and gratifying. And even then, and I don't mind, this is breaking news, sharing this on the podcast. Like we got some things that we got coming up for the summit. We're gonna do a black male census where we're trying to get some data points and understand what the pain points are for black men in Birmingham, and hopefully be able to submit that to the city and to other communities.
Mm,
So there's some more detailed and consistent programming can come out. I think a lot of time we do mentoring, we do these organizations, and we really don't understand like what are some of the pain points. We kind of just do them because we think we know what the issue is, and we can
yeah.
understand what that truly is, and we can do some things to really support it. We have a Slack channel which is going to grow into a full blown website where black men in Birmingham, Mobile, hopefully bros eventually throughout the country can come on and connect with one another, build businesses, build opportunities. If you got a car repair company or you got a fence building company, all the bros can patronize your business. We're so many things economically, socially, morally, family wise are going to be able to come out of this summit. So I think the progress is the most satisfying thing, and knowing that the buck just doesn't stop here. We hope to do this into year 20, year 50, and when I'm good and gone, year 100. Black Mill Summit, and maybe doing many across the country. So just the progress, which is really just extremely satisfying to me.
Wow. And not that, listen, there we just connected. Not that you care about this at all. I just feel your passion. Not that you care about this, but y'all's name will be there when we're long gone, of
Mm,
the passion of, when you think about history and people tell this story, right? You even started, and I was like, come on. The first thing you said was, I had a dream about this vision. So you think of powerful figures, right? That have dreams and hopes, goals, aspiration. It's nothing if you don't do nothing. And so
mm,
for you to do this, history will tell it when
mm,
we long gone that, 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago,
mm,
Daryl and Brandon had this idea to, you know what I mean? So that right there excites me, man. The breaking news and the things of you wanting to do something and then take it back to the city, just amazing. It's funny we're talking about this, but I'm getting so fired up just thinking about potential of what you can do when you just follow that, something I say all the time, follow that passion, right? You have a passion to do something, see that change, man. Follow that, and you never know. Now, this next question, if I mean, if people ain't got if people ain't got a notebook of stuff already,
mm.
of gems that you've already dropped, I don't know what to say. If you
That's
got a post, you should have some gems already that you picked up on.
really
But to
good.
that person,
Mhm,
and let's write the vision, make it plain. Let's
mm,
think about, firstly and foremost, that young black man. I think about all my mentees and youth clients,
mhm,
that young black man watching two young black men
mm,
doing their thing, entrepreneurship, community development, community leadership. So to that young black male, that young black female, to that young person, that older person maybe, who is
mhm,
wanting to do something, start a
mm,
movement, start a business, get into entrepreneurship, as this again is Black business booming, but we're talking about a special event here and a movement. What is that advice that you would give to that person that's watching, that's sitting on that dream of,
mm.
maybe they say, you know what? Well, I too, like Daryl, I had a thought, a vision, a dream, something I wanted to do 2018, 2019, 2020. The world went insane with the pandemic and I ain't picked it back up. But after seeing this, I'm
Mm.
inspired now. I want to go do this thing. I want to start this group. I want to do something in the community. What would you say to that person that's watching this, and how, any advice in getting started and doing something larger than life, something bigger than themselves, whether it's a business or an event or a program? What is that advice that you would give to that person?
Oh, that's good, sir. This is nothing that I created. I heard this quite a few times, and I don't really know who the originator of this quote was, but they talk about, and we talked about like the legacy piece, the tagline for the podcast. He taught podcast life, legacy, and purpose. But I
Mm,
heard someone say like, "What's the most wealthiest place on earth?" And, me, in my mind, I'm thinking like Switzerland because that's the central bank. I'm thinking, or I don't know where the central bank is, but I think Switzerland has a lot of money. I know that for sure. I'm
right.
Wells Fargo. I'm like, in my mind, I'm thinking, my granite mattress. I don't know what's the wealthiest place on earth. And somebody said the cemetery. And that's why all
Cemetery.
the visions, the dreams, and everything that were never birthed are there. Every single $1 billion idea, every single mentoring program that could have helped kids, every single thought that somebody had to make the world better. If they never accomplish it, it goes with them. And I
Mm,
think a lot of times God will never give you a vision If number one, he doesn't give you the provision to make it happen, but he gives you those visions for a reason because he put you on this earth to do something immaculate and special, and that's true to you, and that will hopefully yield, legacy, a lineage that will support many people for years to come. So I think for me, I would just say, just do it. I know it sounds simple, but a lot of times when we think about what stops us from doing this is lack of confidence, is people not thinking they're good enough. They don't think the network is big enough. They
Mm,
everything. And this is the biggest blessing and biggest curse is telephone. Because we see Instagram and it's perfect and these pictures are perfect and it's spot on. But people don't realize the picture that somebody took, they took them 100 times to make that one beautiful picture. That caption that they typed that was perfect, it took them 10 times to write that caption. The people that had 100,000 followers, they start off with 10, they start off with 50, they start
mm-hmm.
off. So I think any dream or goal or vision that you have, if you put in the work, it's there to help somebody, and you may not never get 100,000 followers. This summit, may not never get to every city across the country. But if you're able to help one or two people with what you had, and out of that, and go back to the old adage, I may not change the world, but I may be able to spark the mind of the person that does. I
Mm.
think it makes everything worthwhile and valuable. So for me, I just truly just believe in the power of doing. Just don't sit around and watch it. Paralysis by analysis. Don't just sit around and have all this wishful thinking or have all these complaints and no solution behind it. Get out there, no matter how small it is, find a rec center, start a mentoring program, start a free breakfast program. I mean, volunteer as a crossing guard, whatever you need to do, whatever your passion is, find something somewhere. And I guarantee if you put some energy and some mindset behind it and a little bit of faith behind it, it'll work. No matter how big or small that outcome is, it will impact somebody and we'll have what we call outcome. Big or small, is going to have some outcome to it.
Man, wow. That see, I should have had my sound card connected. This is the round of applause right here, bro. Man, boy, did you ever play sports, bro?
I
Did you
did.
play
I did.
sports? You never had that coach to say, light a fire up under you. Man, I'm telling you. I woo. If you were not inspired before, people, that's so awesome. I love everything you said, man, and just that passion, the faith, everything about it. And one thing you said that I really want to just extract is the fact that you said no matter how big, because
Mhm.
again, we have this, we look left and right
Mhm.
and forget to look in our own lane. And everybody has this, everybody has that. So many times I feel like it distracts us. That imposter syndrome comes in. And it's like, well, if it ain't this amount of people, if I don't have this amount of followers, then I'm failing. No, you did it.
Mhm.
Shout out to Yoda. There is no try. There is no try. Only do or do not. you know,
Exactly.
you did it. If two people were there, you did it. And so I love the fact that you said that, like, no matter how big it is or how long it lasts, the fact that you did it, that right there, people forget to say, let me give myself grace, pat myself on the back because I did it.
Mhm.
Well, a lot of people, it ain't so wow. Man, I'm so full. This is awesome, man. This is like I had dinner before the interview. This is like dessert, man. Because I'm so excited about this and to see. For me, I think future forward, right, and to see where it's going to go from your passion and just connecting with you and hearing the genuineness of the foundation. And I just know already, don't know Brandon, but I know already that y'all on that same page to again be doing this a second year.
Appreciate it.
Now you gave a little bit of this already. You talked about something that you're doing. If that person is watching this young person, this adult, whoever is watching this thing, like, man, wait a minute, this brother's got it going on. I think I want to be in the room. What else can you give a peek into of what people can expect from the Birmingham Black Male Summit for this year, February 3rd, 2024? That sounds funny to say, 2024.
It's scary,
What
right?
can people expect?
I think people can expect just an all-around experience. When they get there, first and foremost, we want to make sure they feel welcome. I think a lot of people, and I hear a lot of times, brother even say it, because we look at the Instagram pictures, and I see a lot of sisters say, man, brother can't even smile in the picture. I'm like, man, it's so when you're gonna get there, you're gonna get smiling faces, whether it be, brothers or sisters who volunteer in there. You're gonna get somebody who's gonna want to know your name and introduce themselves. You're gonna get people who are there gonna want to intentionally network and meet you. And we won't have like-minded people in the room that if you got something going on, how can we support? We don't want to monopolize or I don't even know what the word I'm looking for. I won't make this a dictatorship. Like if you want
Mm,
a mentoring program, if you got a men's group or whatever you have, or a women's equivalent of the Birmingham Black Women's Summit, like we want to support you. So you're gonna have supportive people in the room. That's the very first thing you're gonna see. Second, when you walk into the room, it's a beautiful venue, UAB Hilton downtown. We got the ballroom set up. We're gonna have notebooks and easels there, so people have different ideas throughout the summit. Drop them down. This is not a summit that you just come here and just listen to people all day. One of the things I used to hate when I was in college, when them 2 hour classes where you couldn't get up and didn't get no water and you just had to just
man,
sit up there the whole time. We want this to be interactive. Like
I had
during
flashbacks, bro.
you're gonna get the mic, like talk, like let's jot down ideas. We're gonna have their open venues for this to be interactive and engaging. I think you're not gonna just hear from me. I guarantee nobody can come just to hear me talk the whole during the summit. So we got speakers from all over the country. We got Kizzle, who has a platform called Express Yourself Black Man. He's come from Brooklyn, New York, his first time here in Birmingham, but he spoke at Essence Fest and has spoken at a lot of different places. It has one of the largest Black male mental health platforms called Safe Haven. So you'll hear from him discussing his journey, his path, and his narrative. We have Black male leads. So if you're, a business owner, entrepreneur, corporate brother, whatever it might be, blue collar, white collar, and you want to learn how to lead in the particular roles that you're in, shout out to one of my mentors, David Dada, talks about stewarding what you have really, really well. And in that, we're gonna have Black male leads. So Black men, executive Troy Dennis from MasterCard, who served like the senior vice president of like fintech and product for all of North America for MasterCard, is going to speak about Black male lead. We have Mr. Damon Carson from Operation Hope. We have a nonprofit organization executive director speaking about like how they lead their families, how they lead themselves, how they lead their faith, how they lead the companies and the organization that they represent. We have Councilwoman Latanya Tate and DA Danny Carr talking about public safety. Like we have so many subject matter experts. So we're hoping that you leave full with experience and knowing that you're in a room with people who just want to help. I went to Black Men in Tech. I work for a tech company 9 to 5 down in Fort Lauderdale. And I can't tell you, I don't remember the name of each and every topic, but it was so beautiful to see a room of 200 plus, 300, 400, how many their numbers were of Black men talking, engaging, laughing, sharing ideas, following each other on LinkedIn, like talking about where we want to see ourselves in the next 10 years. I think you're going to find an atmosphere similar to, may I say, not, a church or organization that just positive and you're gonna leave there full. Not just we got lunch, of course, but I mean you're gonna leave there full mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and hopefully, whatever you need, there's somebody there or someone there that can assist you, that can support you, and help you along the way. And again, you're just gonna, I think instantly, if you're looking for family, or maybe you already got it, but if you're looking for that family environment that's there to support you and impact you, not family in the sense of relationship, but family in the sense of community, you're going to find that there at this summit. So I'm extremely excited to be able to have those long lasting relationships, friendships, partnerships, and people in the room that all have one common goal. So smiles, laughter, networking solutions, simple, safe, and easy to make sure that we do what we can to support and build a community. We really care about you. I know it sounds mundane or it sounds lame, or some people probably hear it and have been unfortunately robbed of that pure feeling of knowing that somebody cares about you.
Mm.
People take advantage. We truly are not here to take advantage. We're here to support you any way we can. And hopefully you get that with that. So we're excited. Just come out. That's all I can say. If you don't have a good experience, we'll refund you. Whatever the funds were. Kids are completely free. Kids, college students, parents, mentors are completely free. If you didn't enjoy your experience, we'll refund you. But I guarantee when you leave there, you're gonna leave there full and happy and ready to come back that next week, and build and put in that work. So we're excited.
Come on, wait, bro. You said kids, parents, and mentors free.
Yes, sir. Kids, parents, mentors free. We don't
Now,
want no.
if there weren't 5, 10, 15, 20, 50 people that just first of all, that commercial. Like if you didn't say, look, shut up and take my money, where's the link? After that, I mean, look, divine timing. I say that all things, what my mentor always says, all things are happening as they should, right? Nothing just happens, right?
Yes,
And this connection and just 2024, I dubbed it just say no in 24. In other words, we're saying no to anything that keeps us from getting to that better version of ourselves. We're saying no to anything that keeps us from making an impact to the community and our families. We're saying no to anything that we're saying no to self doubt. We're saying no to negative self talk. We're saying no to imposter syndrome, limited beliefs. We're saying no to anything that's going to block us from getting where we need to be in 2024. And so, just this in and of itself was part of that. Eric and I was just talking one day, and I said, you know what, I just got to reach back out and just see here in this home stretch, what can we do, right? What could we do? And you know what I had to say no to, bro? And I'm so glad I can't. Oh, by the way, I shouted out Erica earlier, but we were on a phone conversation when I came up with my dub of the year. I said it was to start the year. And I was like, Eric, I think it was maybe like New Year's Day. We had just got back in town. And I said, that's it. I said, that's it, sis. Just say no in 24. And I had to say no to procrastination, right? Say, you know what? No, Eric, let me reach out to bro. I'm going to connect. Let me reach out. Boom. And so, really, that right there just further ignited the passion inside of me to just say no to any excuse or reason that's going to keep you from where you need to be. And one thing I'm gonna say to everybody, I'm looking at y'all. You need to be in the place on February 3rd, downtown Hilton.
Downtown Hilton, UAB.
I mean, Birmingham, beautiful. Come on. If you for my people who I got Atlanta, I got people in different places. Come on to the city, people. Let's do it. Look, bro, I know this. We were recording this and posting, but we're gonna have to circle back, man, and do live and get the word out because I wanna circle back and get the people who may miss the link to see it live as well, man, and just put some advertising to that because this is amazing. I knew it was anyway. Like I say, I saw like it's been a whole year of me saying, man, I should have been there, should have been there. So I'm excited for that in and of itself, man. So I guess, bro, tell people where they can go to find out more information, whether they want to find out more information or connect with you, potential sponsors, potential partners, anybody who wants to sew into it or even get a ticket. Where can people go to find out more information about the Birmingham Black Male Summit?
Yes, sir. To register for the summit as a parent, student, vendor, whatever it might be, it's simple, eventbrite.com, and they can go in and type in Birmingham Black Male Summit. It should come up immediately. In addition to that, they can go on our website, hetalkspodcast.com, and get any information they may want, and look at some pictures and some testimonials from last year's summit. And ultimately, if they want to get in contact with me, very simple to find. It's Birmingham Black Male Summit at gmail.com. Again, it's Birmingham Black Male Summit at gmail.com. Or you can simply send me an email at dnate2019 at gmail.com. I mean, I'm easy to find. LinkedIn, wherever it is, type in Darrell Forte. I'm sure there's a picture of me somewhere that'll be able to connect you to me. But really, we're just excited. Again, we really have a heart and really want to see this to come into fruition. So again, we want our parents, we want our students, we want our vendors, our businesses to show up and show out. And if anybody is interested within sponsoring and partner with us, I promise those funds will not go to waste. They're truly going into the summit, into the experience, providing food, even for the kids and the parents that are there to attend for free. Lunch will be provided for them as well. We're making sure that every single opportunity that's there to make this a phenomenal, remarkable, rememberable experience that is there on that day. So February 3rd is going to be a special day. We're excited. Hope the weather's going to be nice. A little cold, but hope the weather's going to be nice. But again, if anybody wants to get in contact with us, it's Birmingham Black Male Summit at gmail.com, DNA2019 at gmail.com. Go on Eventbrite, type in Birmingham Black Male Summit. There's everything from vendor registration, parent registration to people want to donate, to people want to simply shoot us an email and do it more discreetly or directly. All that information is located directly on one web page.
Come on, man. Love it. February 3rd. So what's the time for the conference? February 3rd, 2024. And what's the time?
9 a.m. is 9 to 3. But we do realize that some people's schedule is a little, complex. So if you do, have to come for a few sessions and then leave, and if you want to come back, feel free to do so. If you can stay for the whole entire time, we'd absolutely love to have you. The whole entire time. Again, light breakfast will be provided, light lunch will be provided as well. Wi-Fi, all the good stuff. So wherever you need it, it will be there during that conference. First hour, we'll do some light networking. But we hope to get started around 9:30, 9:45 for the speaking components of the summit. So 9 to 3. We hope to see you there, for a few hours on a Saturday for some vital information that I hope will impact the community.
Birmingham Black Male Summit 2024, February 3rd, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, downtown Hilton on the beautiful campus of the University of Alabama at Birmingham. Don't want to miss it. Be there or be square. Be there to talk about it or miss it to hear about it. Come on, man. Somebody. I love it. I'm so excited, man. I'm so excited. Again, Darrell, man, I appreciate you, man, for doing this. Definitely want to push this out as much as I can, man. And I'm even send it to, I got quite a few friends, man, that do podcasts and stuff. I'm going to send this to them as well, because even if it's in hindsight, you're still going forward, man. And even if it's after the event, I want to make sure that you're on every platform that at least I'm connected with, so we can get this word out, man, and continue to do amazing things for our city that we love so much, man. And just excited for that. Any last things or words or anything that we left off that you want to leave the people with?
Excuse me, sir. I think it's simple. I think the work has to be done. I say, I think you started from the beginning. How do we fight a fire? You fight it, with fire extinguisher, water, whatever it might be. But truly, if you know that you see things aren't right, we can't just stop by and just watch it happen and look at it. And every single opportunity and every single person who provides, their resources, their time, their attention to even one child, even one organization, making one donation, filming one podcast episode, you're doing something that positively change things for the better. Don't feel like your work, don't feel like your beliefs, don't feel like your impact is in vain, because it's truly helping somebody. So we're just excited to have people come out. Again, anybody know me, you can find me anywhere. No affiliations, no particular anything. This is just two guys, Brandon and myself. I think I speak for Brandon as well. We truly have a passion for the community, who've given their life's work to supporting young boys, young Black men of color, young Black men, and really ultimately our goal is to try to build and support the community in large. So come out, meet us. Don't meet us there, beat us there to the summit. We really want to. This is just a phenomenal, impactful opportunity. And any way that anybody want to partner with us, not only just for the summit, but throughout the year for programming that we have, let us know. We'll love to partner. We'll love to support. And again, I just feel like this is just good ground, good soil. And I truly believe that our work will not be done in vain. But we'll reap a harvest, and not for any personal gain, for us to reap a harvest of generations of scores of young men who go back and look at this and be like, this was a critical moment in time in their life, that it was a summit that they counted on to come to every single year, that it was a programming there was a place that they met their mentor, there was a place that they met an organization that they joined, that they're part of, that this was a place that they could go for even just a few hours and just be themselves, take the cool pose off, take the mask off, take all that away. Wherever you think that you got to be, you don't have to be that. Come be yourself, come be authentic, and come take some time and really lock in with some people who are truly trying to do some impact in the community. So we're extremely excited, and again, February 3rd, I think it's gonna be a great day. So we look forward to it.
Awesome, man. I know it's going to be a great day. I'm excited, man. Again, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Darrell Forte, man, I appreciate you, man. Look, just beyond the event, man, and everything that you're cultivating, you and Brandon, with this event, just the knowledge, the passion, everything that you said, the gems. Again, I hope y'all got your notebook, man, the gems. A couple of times I wrote some stuff down, but I don't want to be stuck. Like, wait a minute. So, again, for all of you, make sure that I'm going to have information in the description below. So make sure you check that out so you connect with Darrell and see how you can have that impact. And as always, you don't have to be in Birmingham, right? This is, if you want to see something like this for your city, you know what I mean? Like, sow into something that can spread, sow into something that can spread. So again, information, make sure you check that out in the description below, and stay in contact with it, stay in touch with it and see what it grows to. Because in this interview and hearing you, bro, I think it's going to be amazing where it goes in the future. So again, shout out to you for that, man. So Everybody, I appreciate you all for tuning in. Y'all know what it is to another amazing episode of Black Business Booming, special episode of Black Business Booming that I'm so excited to release. So, again, I know you enjoyed it because it was amazing. So, thank you all for tuning in again. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, connect with both of us. We got information again with Darrell's info for the podcast and websites and everything. So connect, let them know you saw him here on Black Business Booming with Coach Mike James, and y'all know what it is. God loves you, so do I. We'll check y'all another time on the next episode of Black Business Booming. Peace, together, not apart. Y'all take care.